Cable 13 Sports and McCall Cablevision of Syracuse presents the New York State High School Wrestling Championship. For 13 straight years, the Onondaga County War Memorial in Syracuse has been the site of this tournament, 17 times overall. And once again in 1986, we bring you the finest high school wrestlers in New York State. Hello again, everybody. I'm Dave Cohen, along with former Syracuse University outstanding wrestler John Janiak, as we present the State High School Championships for the 6th time here on Cable 13 Sports from McCall Cablevision. And John, New York State certainly has made a reputation nationally and internationally for wrestling, and many of them got their start right here in Syracuse.
That's right, Dave. This is the hotbed of wrestling in the United States. All the top wrestling coaches from throughout the nation will be here trying to lure their prospective wrestlers to that college. As
a former high school wrestler who competed here in the tournament and at Syracuse University, is wrestling the Rodney Dangerfield of sports? Does it get the respect that really should be coming its way, especially in New York State?
Dave, it's not getting the respect it deserves. It's probably the most mandatory sport as far as conditioning and sacrifices that there is, and it does not get the notoriety as, say, the football and basketball does.
How difficult, John Janiak, is it for a wrestler to compete through the entire high school season, get through the sectional qualifying, and get here to the state championship?
Well, the guys that are here today are the best of the whole field. It's extremely difficult. There's so many upsets in the makings. There's guys that just are giving it their all but come up a point or two short. The repeat champion is very few and far between.
To actually win here in Syracuse, how many times do you have to wrestle, and how much of a time period do you have?
Well, as far as wrestling here in Syracuse, you have 30, 40 matches to prepare, but you only have a couple minutes in order to make the right decision and move into the final championship.
You've got to wrestle on Friday?
Right, you have Friday, Saturday. You have several bouts.
All right. There's a team scoring competition, too, among the 11 sections, the Catholic high schools and the public schools out of New York City. How important is the team scoring?
Each section prides itself as being the best section in wrestling in New York State. Unfortunately, only one section does win. It's extremely important for that school or section to be the best in New York State. This is it. This is the championship.
Now, this year we have two wrestlers who are trying to repeat, although not at the same weight, Darryl Page and Jeff Prescott. Two wrestlers also who won 2 years ago, were upset a year ago, and they're trying to come back, and that's something that has never been done.
No, this is a first for that, as well as a Catholic high school representative in the final. Being a champ once is tough enough. Twice is very difficult, and to come back a year in between is, like you say, it's the first time, and it might be impossible.
Those two wrestlers are Gene McNeil and Rick Brzezinski. We'll come back in just a minute to show you the intricacies of scoring as we continue with the state championships here from Syracuse.
Jane makes her parents very proud. She's on the honor roll and plans to go to college. Starred in her class's last play. She plays clarinet in the school orchestra. Yes, Jane knows about drugs. In a way, she's lucky. She knows better. Some people don't realize that marijuana and driving don't mix. But Jane's brother reminds her every day that some trips last forever.
Brought to you by the New York State Public High School Athletic Association.
Welcome back to the New York State High School Wrestling Championships. John, right now, let's explain to our viewers, many of whom are familiar with wrestling and many of whom are not, the scoring system.
Okay, Dave, both wrestlers start on their feet. One man will take the other man to the mat, gain control for a 2-point takedown. The referee will signal 2 points for the green brace anklet. Next, we're going to move into top and bottom position, where the top man will get near fall points. The first set of points, exposing the man's back at a 45-degree angle for less than 5 seconds. The next is a touch fall. Both of them are worth 2 points. The next near fall is exposing the man's back for 5 seconds. That's worth 3 points. And then there's a touch fall, 2 points for the pin, which finalizes the match. The match is over. Now we're going to go to top and bottom, where the bottom man can score some points as well.
By the way, on the bottom now is Eric Blumen of Jamesville DeWitt, Neil Paul on top.
And there's a 1-point escape. We're going to go into a 2-point reversal. And what this is, Dave, is the bottom man reverses his positioning, comes up on top for a 2-point reversal. And there's also points awarded to one wrestler if the other wrestler is a little bit unfair by pulling hair, clawing the face, going against joints, elbows, shoulders, trying to cause injury to a wrestler.
Now, a wrestling hold that everybody has heard about at a young age is a full Nelson. Legal or illegal?
Well, it's illegal in college and high school. International, it's legal. And that's where you press both hands behind the wrestler's neck. And as you can see, Dave, there's a lot of pressure, could cause injury.
How about a half Nelson?
A half Nelson by Gene Mills is legal anywhere in the world.
What about officials in terms of penalizing wrestlers for stalling?
Okay, Dave, there's stalling cautions at first, and then they go into a 1 point for the 2 stallings in a row. Then the third or fourth, I believe, is worth 2 points. The 5th time you're called for stalling, the match is over, you're gone.
One other element you won't see tonight, riding time. That's part of college wrestling. We'll be back with our first match right after this.